thank you for taking the time to watch this video. So I was looking at my old How to Be Good at Freeways video, and I noticed it's pretty long. So if you don't have time to sit there for 20 minutes and watch a video about how to be on the freeway, I'm going to make a quick one now that's a little bit shorter, and it just covers all of the basics, all of the 1, 2, 3 step stuff that you need to know to get on the freeway and not kill yourself. So thanks for watching, and be sure to like and hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I will try to make as many as possible and update them regularly. Okay, how to be good at freeways, the short version. So there's only a few things you need to know to be good at the freeway. It's not that complicated. One thing to remember, it's not the most dangerous place on the road. The city streets with the intersections and stoplights is way more dangerous than the freeway. So first of all, don't psych yourself out. Make sure you take it easy. Give it a chance. It's not that bad. It can be a lot easier for you if you are good at getting up to speed. So I'm about to turn onto the I-17. There's a special little road right here, a special little part of the road called an on-ramp. They build this road especially for you to speed up and floor it. So one thing you want to remember, it is extremely dangerous to get on the freeway going slow. Do not go slow on the freeway. Get up to speed. The speed on this particular freeway at this exact place is 55. Usually it's going to be 65 at most of the freeways in Arizona. So just get up to speed quickly. Right now I'm hitting 55 right here. I got my left blinker on. I'm looking around. I see there's a clear space to the left of me. I'm not going to be cutting anybody off, and I get in as soon as possible. Don't screw around and wait forever in the right lane. Don't hesitate and forget to put your blinker on. You get up to speed. I put my blinker on as soon as I touch that on-ramp, and as soon as I start accelerating, I have my left blinker on so I can't forget to do it. Then you get on, and after you get on, I mean, you might have to get on a little closer than normal to a car just to squeeze in, but as soon as you do get in, then you establish a space cushion. Make sure that you have space. If you do those things, and you get up there, and another thing is you got to act a little bit more confident than you might feel about getting on the freeway. You might feel scared to death to do it. But like a lot of things in life, if you just face your fears and just go for it, just know that you don't leave your lane if you're going to physically hit another car, and you don't try to go on the freeway going 45 because that'll cause chaos and all kinds of bad stuff. But if you just get up to speed, do a good lane change onto the freeway, and that also implies that you need to have your lane changes good, make sure they're not sketchy or anything, and you can check your blind spot well, then you'll be fine on the freeway. If I'm going to exit the freeway, I get up next to the on-ramp, I hit my signal, checking my mirrors and my blind spots, there's no one next to me, so now I can just get off at the same speed. You don't really want to slow down right here, and here's why. On the fence on the right side over here, there is another little road called an off-ramp, or a little frontage road or an access road. They have a yield sign. I don't know if you can see it, but they never yield. Nobody yields to the people on the freeway ramp here. Even though it says yield to ramp traffic, no one in this town knows what a yield sign means. So if you keep your speed up, the speed limit on their road's only like 40. But if you keep your speed up at freeway speeds, you're going to be going faster than them. You can just swoop right up in front of them, and then it's no drama, no fuss to get off on the freeway. So that's how you get on and off the freeway really easy. The other two things to remember are make sure you stay in the right lane if you're a new driver. The culture is that the right lane is for going the speed limit, the middle lane is for going 5 over, the left lane is for going 10 over, and the carpool lane is for going 10 to 15 over. So knowing that, although the law is that all the lanes are the same speed, but the culture is different than the law. People like to speed on the left side of the freeway. If you're in the left few lanes of the freeway, you're expected to be speeding, so don't be in those lanes if you don't want to speed. And don't speed, it's stupid. Speeding just makes it harder to stop, it helps make crashes easier. If you get on the freeway, which I'm about to do again just to demonstrate, I'm on a ramp, my left blinker is already on, I am flooring it, the guy in front of me is screwing around going all slow. He's actually changed lanes without his blinker, which is really weird. I don't know why people do that. But I'm getting up to 65 now, because now the freeway speed limit is 65. This is at 65 miles per hour. My left blinker is still running. There is a car next to me on the freeway that's going a little bit slower than me, so I can just speed up a little bit, get up in there. Now I'm a little bit close to this van. It looks like I'm far away in the video because it's kind of a fisheye lens, but I'm just going to get a little bit further back from this van until I can't read his license plate. Don't be close enough to someone on the freeway to read their license plate. That means you're way too close. Not if, but when they slam on the brakes, you're going to be way too close and not be able to stop. Also, over here on the right of the freeway, there's called a shoulder. There's this blank area. It's not a lane. It's just only for emergencies. This is another good reason to stay on the right. Besides the fact that you don't have to speed, all the exits are on the right. Other good reason to stay on the right, you have a shoulder. If something goes wrong, if your tire blows out, if there's like a table in the middle of the road or some tools or whatever that fell off a truck, which does happen all the time, you have the shoulder to go off into. Now there's a Gore, which is right now on the right of me, which is like a triangle. Don't go into there, that's illegal. That's a big fine if you go into there. Unless it's a real true emergency, stay out of Gore areas. Another common myth about Gore areas is that they're named after a cop named Officer Gore that got killed in a Gore area. That is completely false. Another myth about the Gore areas is that they are named a Gore area because they're bloody and gory and there's a lot of crashes in there. That's also completely false. The real reason any triangle on the road is called a Gore area is because in Old English, gar or gore meant a nose or a triangle. And in sewing, a Gore seam is a triangle piece of cloth. And in a map, a Gore peninsula is a triangle piece of land. So Gore just means a triangle. It's just an old word for triangle. It's not used anymore. So again, just get on the freeway, get up to speed, merge effectively and confidently. And if you can't do that, practice your lane changes until you can. Never go slow on the freeway when you're getting on. That's just causing chaos and car accidents. Stay in the right lane. Use the shoulder for emergencies, and don't get too close to the guy in front of you. I'm keeping a nice, good 3-second space cushion. It's a dry pavement situation. It's warm outside, so I have my good braking ability right now. If it's wet, you want to be even farther away from that guy in front of you. You want to be 6 seconds away. But never ever get close enough on the freeway to someone to read their license plate. People that drive 6 miles or 6 feet away from someone's bumper at 75 miles an hour, those are complete morons, because it's a lose-lose. If you're on the freeway and the guy in front hits his brakes for any reason and you hit the back of their car for any reason, it's 100% your fault. Never get close to other cars on the freeway. It's just asking for trouble, and they don't have to pay for anything if you hit the back of their car. So, anyways, if there's any questions about freeways or something that I missed, please let me know in the comments below, or if you like this video, like and subscribe. Also, right here's another little situation. There's a car with his hazard lights on the right shoulder. All the states that I'm aware of have a move over law where you get a fine of, in Arizona it's a minimum fine of $180. If you're in the right lane, someone's on the shoulder and they're pulled over, like this semi-truck is. Now, I'm not in the lane next to the semi-truck. I don't have to slow down here. But that first car back there, that was that black car with his hazard lights on, I have to slow down when I go by that car, or I have to change lanes to give them an entire lane of clearance. Now, since there was cars next to me at that moment, I didn't change lanes, but I slowed down. The law doesn't say how much you have to slow down right now, but it does say you have to slow down. So just make sure you go down like 10 or 20 miles an hour, or maybe decrease your speed enough so that if someone pops out from behind that car on foot, then you can slam on the brakes and not hit somebody. The goal of that law is that you won't physically hit someone with your car and kill them if they're on the side of the road standing there next to their car. It has happened before. That's why all these states have these laws now. But remember that, especially if you're on an interstate highway, if you're driving from Arizona to Nevada or Arizona to California or somewhere else, and there's a car pulled over on the side of the road, whether it's a cop writing someone a ticket, a tow truck, a guy with a flat tire, an abandoned trailer, an abandoned vehicle, any vehicle on the right shoulder of the road, if you're in the right lane, you must slow down when you go by them. Just make sure a cop can see that you have your brake lights on as you go by that guy, or they will chase you down and write you a ticket, especially when you're going in California or any interstate highway that's out in the middle of nowhere. Those cops are sometimes pretty bored, and that's a good profitable ticket for them, and they can make some money off you, so don't let them do that. Thank you for watching, and have a good night, and drive safe. One quick little basic that I forgot to mention is freeway transition ramps. So right now I have a freeway ramp going from one freeway to another. This one is going to the 101 west and east. So there's a yellow sign that says ramp 40. I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but those yellow signs are not legally binding for you, the person driving a car. Those are intended to warn truckers and truck drivers not to go around corners too fast or they'll tip over. As a rule of thumb, I like to go 10 over the yellow signs until you're familiar enough with the road to know if you can go slower or faster around it to be safe. That ramp sign said 40, I'm doing 50 around this ramp. I'm doing just fine. I'm not having any struggles keeping in my lane. It's not going too fast. Now, if you got a big truck, you might not want to go that fast around corners, but a yellow speed limit sign is called a speed advisory. You are not required by law to go that speed, but it might be a good idea to stay close to that speed, because if you go on some of them, they have, it says ramp 30 miles per hour, and if you go 65 around that ramp, you're going to hit a wall in a heartbeat. So just take it by, just play it by ear. The first time you go around any ramp with a yellow sign on it, just try going the speed that it says on the yellow sign. You'll notice, like, holy crap, that feels slow. People behind you are going to start getting butthurt and angry if you go really this slow around the ramp. So as a good kind of safety measure, I like to go 10 over those yellow signs because other traffic doesn't get road rage behind you. And anyone can easily handle pretty much any regular car at 10 over the yellow ramp sign. Just don't do that in a semi-truck or a garbage truck. That's really what those signs are intended for. It just tells truckers not to go too fast around corners. Again, thanks for watching. Drive